Welcome to video number one of a really cool masterclass series for photographers and videographers like yourself that want to start a business and I just want to have a one-on-one conversation like two friends having coffee. This first video is going to get your name on the map, but you want to subscribe to this channel because this playlist is going to be a whole bunch of them. Every single step that you need to be able to establish your photo business, your video business the right way. And the right way meaning, imagine like a home that you are building. If the foundation is not built the right way, then you're not able to really build up and expand on this home. And the same thing goes for a business. I want them to be short and to the point. And if you're wondering, yeah, but who the heck are you and why should I listen to you? That's your decision. My work is right here at walidazami.com. A few of the photos that I've taken are right here. And this is from my experience that has worked for me year after year after year as a photographer, a director, and now a creative director also. And it has helped many students who have taken my courses or private mentorships. But let's get started. Number one is let's make it real. Let's put your name on the map. Let's plant that little flag. Is a name important? Well, yes and no. And I'll give you a quick analogy. If you've ever seen somebody pregnant with a baby, and once they name that baby and they say, oh, we found out it's a boy and we're going to name this baby, etc., then suddenly it becomes very much real. The grandparents, the aunts and uncles and friends start referring to this new child by their name, even though they are unborn. And it becomes this whole thing where they decorate the room based on that name. They buy custom things based on that name. The baby became real, even though the baby is not out into the world just yet. Same thing is going to happen in your business. We want to give it a name, but how important is a name? And is a name actually that important? The answer is yes and no, and you can see on screen on both sides of me. It is important because it makes it real. It makes it something that you can talk about. It makes it something people can refer to. But it's not so important in a sense that you can always change this name later. I guess much like a baby. You can change it. It's not a make or break. It's your name is not going to make or break your business. And I'll give you another example. Look at Google, Yahoo, Tumblr. I know from back in the day. What does that even mean? The reason why we know what that means is because they have millions and millions of dollars in marketing, but you and I don't have that. So we try to pick a name that is a higher chance of us succeeding, and I have 4 steps to picking a name in just a second. I just want to let you know that a name is important to pick right off the bat, but a name is not a make or break where if you pick the wrong name, you cannot change it later. So let's go into the 4 steps. The 4 steps are going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, or A, B, C, D, and they're going to be in the order of the most important, most favorite for me, and then the least favorite at the bottom, but they all work and there's a formula for everybody. And anybody that teaches you and they say my way or the highway, like only I know everything, those are the people that you want to immediately unsubscribe from. The step 1, my favorite one, is just going to be your name, like mine, walidazami.com. That's what I'm going with. Number 2 is if you cannot get your name and you have a very common name, then you're going to go with your name plus the type of photography that you do or the type of videography that you do. For example, it could be Walid Azami fashionfilms.com. It could be Walid Azami headshots.com. For whatever reason, if that's not available, there's like 8 billion people in this world. We go to the third option, which will be your name plus your city. So it'll be walidazamila.com, walidazami losangeles.com. Ideally, you want to pick your name because wherever you go, there you are. The second one is your name plus the type of photography you do, but you got to think about it and say, okay, if it is walidazamiheadshots.com, am I always going to stick to headshots? Am I going to have a secondary website that's a walidazamifoodphotography.com and link them together? Think of this, but you can always change it down the line. Don't worry about it too much. The third one is you can add a city name, which will work for the moment, but you have to think to yourself, am I going to move away to college? Am I going to move away and get married somewhere else? You don't know, but maybe. Am I going to get tired of my city and go somewhere else? Or am I going to get tired of, for example, if it's walidazamijacksonville.com, then do I want to offer this to Miami? Do I want to go to St. Petersburg? It's up to you. So you want to think about that and see which option is best. The fourth option, if you cannot get any of those, A, B, or C, is going to be your name plus the type of photo or video that you do plus the location. So it'll be walidazami headshots la.com. The name is going to be something that is important for you to distinguish yourself from everyone else. So somebody looking in Phoenix, Arizona for headshots is going to go, oh, he's in LA, I'm not going to hire him. But somebody in Los Angeles or Orange County, they're like, oh, he's like right here, he's in my backyard, I'm going to hire him and I'm not going to look at anybody else. So it could really work for you or against you. You're going to have to make that decision. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments. I read them, I respond to them, and I think you're owed that respect. Now let's go into, once you figure out your name, what's the next step? Do we want to tell anybody just yet? I would say hold off on it just a second. You are officially, though, a name. And the best way to do this is you want to set a date on the calendar, 3 or 4 days maximum from today moving forward. So today is Wednesday. I would say on my calendar, by Saturday, I'm going to pick a name. Because when you wait too long, what's going to happen is that you're going to get this paralysis by analysis. You're just like, what about this? If not this and that, and what about this? What about that? And it's just not going to work out. Follow along to this, subscribe, because there's going to be a whole playlist that's going to take you step by step by step. Video 1 is just getting your name on the map. Video 2 is going to help you with your website and logo and coloring and all that. Quick interruption. If you just want to take beautiful pictures and you want to create beautiful films and videos, but you don't want to deal with the business part of it, like how much should you charge? How do you protect your copyrights? How do you market yourself? Like, how do you put yourself out there and meet clients? Let me do that for you. Let my beautiful community called VBA help you with that. And it's complimentary. Okay. VBA, by the way, stands for Visual Business Academy. It's amazing. It's beautiful creatives like yourself. All you have to do is click the link down below that joins the Discord. And then once you're in that Discord, click the application link. You're going to fill it out. And it doesn't matter if you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. We want people of all different levels, all genres, all different parts of the world. Okay, so my name is Walid. Check out VBA. It's complimentary. My gift back to the community. I hope I get to see you in there. All right, let's get back to the masterclass. You're not done yet, but a star is born. But you are a star that needs to do a little bit of work, and that's okay. You're a humble star. And so the next step is a 2-step process. You want to make sure that number 2 is the more important one, but number 1, you want to make sure that you reserve the social media handles of the social media platforms you want to use. You don't have to be everywhere. Stop with this mental illness of going, I got to be here and here and here and here and here. I just took Threads off of my phone. I took Twitter off of my phone because it's messing me up. And I just want to focus on 2 to 3. Do the same thing, please. Your mental health really, really matters. I'm telling you that on the most friend level. So get yourself the social media platforms that will work for you. Maybe it's YouTube and Instagram. Maybe it's Instagram and TikTok, or the 3 of them, or just one of them. Reserve those names. But if you cannot get the exact names, try to get close to it. If you cannot get close to it, then you got to go back to your original name and change it. But close to it is good enough. Don't let anyone make you think like, oh shoot, I couldn't get Walid Azami headshots, or your name of course, on Instagram, but I can get on TikTok. That sucks, I gotta start over. No, you really don't. Some of the biggest companies in the world have names that are slightly different, but they rely on a linking culture is where we are at. When you link things, no one's really checking to see if it matches or not. I went from your website to your Instagram. I went from your Instagram to your website. I'm linking. I'm not even looking at the address bar on top. So I wouldn't worry about that too much. Assuming you get these names, now you're like official, and you can start telling people, but not yet. One more step. You want to make sure that you get your domain name. The domain name is so serious because you want to go for a .com, or maybe you can do a .photography if there's such a thing, or .agency, but do not do a .co. .co is the biggest gimmick of all, and here is why. Now I have walidazami.com. I already told you in the beginning, that is my website. If I was to not be able to get walidazami.com and I got walidazami.co, most people are going to assume that I have walidazami.com. So they're going to type in walidazami.com. And if the other Walid Azami is a photographer, then he or she, it's a he name, is going to get all of the traffic. Don't do that. So if I was to make a walidazami.business, at least that's so different that people won't make a mistake and they'll pay attention. But here is the setback of picking a name that you are not exactly proud of. This social media account, my Instagram account, all of that, which is linked down below, used to be called How to Photograph. And then I changed it to my own name. But the website, the blog was howtophotograph.net. Man, was I embarrassed. I was so embarrassed because .net is just like, hey, I got the bronze. I got the bronze medal. I was recognized, but that's it. I would tell people with that same energy, I would be like, oh yeah, my blog is howtophotograph.net. I know. They're like, someone else beat me to howtophotograph.com. It kind of sucks. And so I'm apologetic. And maybe you'll be apologetic, maybe you won't. But make sure that whatever you believe in, make sure you're going to be happy with whatever you get and you're going to believe in it. It's probably the better way to put it. You can tell the world that you exist because your social media is reserved, your .com hopefully is reserved, your name is picked, and you're like, damn, this is so cool. But do I really need a website? Yes, you need a website. There are so many people that I have not hired because they don't have a website, and here's why. The world is cruel, so I'm going to teach you this cruelty and just tell you in the nicest, most friendly way. The average, no matter who you pick, whether it's like a WordPress, a Wix, a Squarespace, or anything else, 99% of these websites are going to work for you for 99% of the people. If you don't think that you are worth $12 a month, $8 a month, $20 a month to be official, you don't think you're worth 3 cups of coffee, then I don't think you are worth inviting to my wedding to document this important day for me, to photograph my new baby, to buy art from, to photograph my real estate that I'm selling. I don't think you're worth it because you're telling me you are not worth it. So that's why you want to subscribe to this masterclass, because I'm going to walk you through it all and I'm going to give you the truth. Before I go on to that, I want to just tell you real fast why I'm making this masterclass available to you. I have a lot of courses available for sale and private mentorship. All of that is going to be linked down below. I don't want to sell that too hard, but I want to let you know that there are a lot of incredible channels on YouTube that teach you great things. At the same time, the other side of the coin is there's a lot of channels on YouTube that are just doing it for their own algorithmic gain, but I wouldn't say that the information they're sharing with you is accurate. So I was like, you know what? Why don't you just make a whole playlist that they can all follow, and then hopefully they will find it and they'll be able to learn from it. Let's go back to the website. Doesn't matter if you are with Squarespace or you are with Wix or you're with WordPress. They're all going to work. Truth, there is no affiliate for me in any of these websites. I used to be with Squarespace. I left after having several websites with them. I left because I just was not happy with the customer service. There were times that I emailed them. Maybe they've changed. Hopefully they've changed since. And I got this one email that's in my masterclass right on screen and said, due to overwhelming response, something like that, like, we may get back to you, we may not. Okay, Squarespace, thanks. And they're like, but you could read some articles. And then they say, did this article help you or did it not help you? I'm not into that. I want to pay you for a service. I want you to be able to answer any questions that I have. So we build this thing together. I help your company build, you help my company build. So I left Squarespace, and the clients that I creative direct for, I've taken them off of Squarespace for the same reason. I want to make sure that they're taken care of. And I have moved them all to WordPress, which is where my current website is being built. The final thing in this video is that I want you to act small. There's too many photographers, there are too many videographers that use we language. Like, please leave a message and we will get back to you. We stand for. Our mission statement is, who is we? Who is we? It's you. We know that it's you. We know that you are the CEO. We know that you're the janitor. We know that you are marketing and post-production. We know that you are everything. And that's okay to be small. In this era, we are rewarding small businesses, and we actually don't want the big businesses. You know the example I just gave you about Squarespace? They're so busy, they're so big that they couldn't even get back to some of my technical questions. Actually, I had one technical question. So when I am looking for an important service, I want to know that the person who is answering my email or my phone call is going to be there to help me also. Just a quick reminder, if you do want to join VBA, it's linked down below in the first comment, but also inside the description of this video. It is complimentary. I'd love to see you in there. I'd love to see you add to the community and have the community pour right back into you. Thank you so much. That's the end of this video. Please subscribe. There's going to be a part 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. My work is at walidazami.com. Questions, please leave that in the comments. I respond, and a thumbs up would really help this series grow. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.